Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2015 Week 4 game. This will be South Pointe 3-0 coming up to Charlotte to play Vance at 3-0. I'm Dale Ross.
Now the pet man Matt Morrow. We're talking about Rock Hill, South Pointe.
Exactly.
Coming up to Vance here.
Good point.
Keys to win. I think for South Pointe, you've got to be able to get pressure on the quarterback. Vance is throwing the ball really well. They got to do something to disrupt that passing game because they got two threats on the outside that can both go and get it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you let them, the quarterback at Fetty sit back there and throw it, you're gonna be in trouble.
Right.
So I think they're gonna try to blitz this guy and get him off his game a little bit. For Vance, I think you got to be balanced, and they're doing a good job of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Give that defense something to think about, whether it's going to be run or pass. Maybe get Spencer and Space involved in the passing game also if they try to take away those threats on the outside. He's already running the ball real well. They did well in their game last week. It's going to be a big game, good test. Both teams have athletes.
Yeah.
South Pointe will be able to match up on the outside, but they may try to keep a safety over the top just to be safe. It's going to be a good chess match here. Both of these teams are undefeated. South Pointe is a traditional power down in South Carolina in the Rock Hill area. Coach Heron's done a great job. Coach Harden Independence came from there. Was their offensive coordinator, went to Providence, now is at Independence. So, good coaching. They're going to be well coached. They're going to do what they're taught to do. It's going to be a real good test for Vance here to see if they can build on that big victory from last week.
Sure. This is my game as it stands right now that I'm going to attend. I'm going to attend it because it is one of the powers from South Carolina coming up to play a Charlotte team. And we had a Charlotte team last week to go down to South Carolina and lose in a late game field goal. So I wanted to go to this ball game for that purpose. Plus, South Pointe, I jumped on Huddle and started watching some of the video. And I'm sorry I don't know players yet. I did get a couple of players. As I looked through video on South Pointe, there was defensive end Elijah Adams, big kid. He really stood out in play. Kind of like that kid McCollum from North Mecklenburg, that highlight that you saw there. I saw lots of highlights like that for Elijah Adams. And another kid that stood out was a receiver, Josh Wilkes. South Pointe throws the ball. They definitely are going to be a big test for that Vance defense. And talking with Vance, they feel like they've got their defenses they think is playing very well. Well, this is going to be an opportunity to find out, is that defense really playing up to par? South Pointe's going to have a tough time shutting down the Vance offensive machine. So far, of all the teams that I've seen play, Vance's offense is the best offense. They have the passing, the Fetty and Dorn, and that passing game. We know they've got a big passing game, so that's going to be something that South Pointe's going to have to be able to shut down. And the thing for South Pointe is that they can't move guys back into coverage because they're just going to open up lanes for Spencer. So,
And you make a good point about South Pointe running that spread offense. The advantage Vance has today, they see that in practice. Because they run some spread stuff, so it won't be foreign to them. They'll be, they'll be in their comfort zone, so to speak. Because athletes in the spread, they feel more comfortable in space, more so than saying a wing T team or a double wing or something like that.
Sure.
So it's gonna be a heck of a game.
Want to get that. So what you're saying there is, I'm keying on that comment because when you play a wing T team, you've got to be very technical in your play and very play extreme responsible football. Whereas when you're more in space, your athletic ability can come over because your speed and your ability to adjust and cut as a defensive player, even you can make up for mistakes when something comes into space unless there's a better athlete. And it really becomes an athlete versus athlete. And that's what's going to be probably pretty interesting about this ball game is the field is going to be littered with athletes on both sides, right? Everywhere. Awesome. I think it's going to be a great ball game. So it's my game right now. There's some other big ball games in Charlotte I'd love to see. And I know that this game can get out of hand. So it's probably going to be a game that's going to hold me till the end. So I'll be there. I hope to see you guys there too. I hadn't checked to see the weather, to see what the weather is, but I hope we have a nice day like we've got right now so that we can see the balls in the air just going crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you Friday night.